Hey everyone, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. So I'm making this video as a request and just something fun to do. I'm a bit tired, so if I'm not as high energy as I say, these foods help give you energy because I stayed up late last night. Anyway, that's another story. So, get on to it. Raw snacks, that was the one question. What are some great raw snacks? I wouldn't eat this all in one sitting, but I'm bringing this, sorry for the loud noise outside, to work with me. It is just a little trail mix I created of nuts, seeds, raisins. So I have some almonds in here, you can get creative with it. Some raisins, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. Again, I probably won't eat this in one sitting, but just I can eat that throughout the day if I find I'm a bit hungry. But let me just again mention, seeds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds are full of protein. I'm going to put down the information of all these recipes, and I'm about to give you the nutritional information as well. Yeah, another snack you could use is, I like to keep some of my nuts in jars. I don't love Whole Foods, but they had a jar that was on sale. So anyway, here is some pistachios. They say they're raw pistachios. Whether they really are, I don't know. Just do the best that you can. Anyway, I love pistachios. They're one of my favorite nuts. Sometimes have a bit of those. Here's a great one, is again, fresh fruits. And you know, like this is an organic apple. I don't buy everything organic, but I do with apples. That is one that I like. I can definitely taste the difference. And another one for vegetables, I can definitely taste the difference, is here I get some organic carrots. That's another great snack you could have. You can make like a guacamole or some kind of, you know, and dip some carrots in, something like that. Okay, recipes. So I'm making a seaweed salad. You can buy this. This was cheap. I think it was only like $4 or something. This will last you a long time. This is like seaweed. It shows even here. Oh, that's 100 grams. Anyway, you can get this from Asian stores. And it shows you, I love the little picture in the back. See, you add water and boom, you get the seaweed salad. Some people don't like seaweed. I'm eating it for the nutrient benefits. Seaweeds are full of minerals and iodine and great for you. So anyway, so what you're going to do is I put about a handful, I'll show you here, a handful in a bit. Here you go, see, so that much. And you add cold water, let it soak for a bit, and I'll be back and you can see what it looks like, and I'll make the dressing for it, and as well as a link to where I've inspired some of these recipes from, and we'll continue on. Okay, now we're going to make the dressing. This is, again, I'll leave the link in the down bar of where I've got this recipe from. I have the dressing recipe because I find for the amount of seaweed for one person, since this is one person, I find the dressing halved works for me. Again, you can edit this, you know, all these recipes are guidelines. You can be creative and go with what works for you. So here we go. Look how fast this will be. Okay, so first we start with, just getting my notes up here. It is 1.5 tablespoons of tamari. I don't use namashoyu. I know a lot of raw foodists do. I don't use namashoyu because there's videos on it. Just check it out. Namashoyu is actually not very, in my opinion, good for you. From my understanding, it has naturally occurring MSG in it. Just look it up, like, or Bragg's amino, acids. And Bragg's aminos, no. I really don't think they're good for you. Again, do the research, make your own decision. I use tamari. It's wheat-free, gluten-free. I just wrote the expiry date on it. It's a light tamari with less sodium, non-GMO. This is what you want. This is a good thing. No genetically modified, because most soy is. Anyway, you could substitute this with any, if you don't like soy or you're allergic or whatever, you can substitute it for some salts, I guess, instead. So 1.5 tablespoons. I'm going to put this into this little measuring cup here, because that's what I like to pour it on later. So 1.5. Okay, next is apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is so good for you if you're sick or you have a sore throat. It really helps. Raw apple cider vinegar. I know some people can't stand the smell or stomach it. It's great. This is, again, omega. I love that it's in a bottle that's opaque so you can't see through it so that it doesn't oxidize. This is amazing. It's been used for years for so many remedies. Look it up, apple cider vinegar. Amazing for you. So apple cider vinegar you're going to use is, I think it's the same, yeah, it's equal parts, so that's going to be 1.5 tablespoons as well. And again, I have all the recipe information down below. I use a 1/2 tablespoon, again you can edit it to how sweet you want it, of raw honey. That's what I use. I've called up them and actually spoke to them, and it seems like they take very good care of their bees and they're not cruel to them. I know there are people who are vegan who don't want to have honey, not a problem. If that's not for you, I hope I don't offend you, I really apologize. Then you can try, I would not recommend agave. Agave is not very good for you. Again, look it up. It's not natural, it's not good. You could try stevia. You could use, I don't know, a date would be great. So raw honey is antibacterial, very good for you. That's, again, what works for me. I mean, within moderation, I don't have it often. This is usually how I will have raw honey. Otherwise, I use fruit as sweeteners usually. And yeah, so put that in. Yum. And next, we're almost done, is you can use this to taste. I don't have fresh ginger. I'd recommend using fresh. Oh no, then there's something else. Is some ginger. So I'm using some dried ginger. So that's, again, to taste. I like ginger, and again, for its benefits. Fresh ginger. Okay, so that's good. Now, okay. And then next is the last ingredient is 1 tablespoon of olive oil. You can use any other oil that works for you. I use olive oil. I don't recommend, anyway, I could go on a tangent, but I won't. Yep, so a tablespoon of olive oil, and then that's it. You simply mix it up, and I'll be back in a second, and once it's, well, I'll show you how you mix it. I mean, here we go. I look like I'm doing a science experiment with this measuring thing, but you just kind of stir it all together, and I'll be marinating the seaweed with, I'm also going to be adding some walnuts to it for some extra protein, and walnuts are extremely good for you for omega-3s. Flax seeds are the best source in my opinion, but walnuts are second, and that's a vegan option. Okay, so now we're going to put it all together. So I have a bit of onion. I'll show you how much here. Sorry, I know it's hard to see. Just a little bit. I don't like too much onion. I'm using white onion, just cut up into little pieces, tiny pieces. I think green onion tastes the best. That's my opinion. And yes, now I always, nuts, the ratio I usually seem to use is 1/3 cup. Okay, I really should have cut them up finer, but for time purposes, and I mean, as long as you chew it, it's fine. And anyway, now you add the dressing. So here we go. And to there, and make sure to really stir it up. And then we have one last thing left, which is to garnish it with sesame seeds. You don't have to do that, but that's what they seem to do. So here I'm just going to pour it on like this. Look, that's it. And then give it another stir. Again, I know that's the whole point of garnish, but I like to stir it in. So here we go. Mmm, yummy seaweed salad, and I'm having a blueberry spinach smoothie to come with it. You won't taste the spinach. It's great. I'll be back in a sec with what I'm going to have with it in my complete dinner. Oh, by the way, I tend to cover this and put it in the fridge and let it marinate for a few hours. That's what I find tastes better, but you can totally eat it right away. I've done that as well, and they're both good. Okay, so when I have that seaweed salad, I will rotate different smoothies that I have with it, but what I want today and I'm in the mood for is the blueberry banana spinach smoothie. It is great. So, quick recipe for time-wise. It's a cup of water. I have 2 cups of spinach in there. I have 1 banana. You can use 2. The original recipe called for 2, but I found over the years that 2 years that I like it better with 1 banana, and a cup of frozen blueberries. Or you can use fresh berries. I like the frozen because it makes it nice and cool. You can store this and have it later, but I find it tastes even better when you just have it right away. I'm going to blend it up, and that's it. That's how easy the recipe is. I love that. That's what I love about raw foods. No cooking. It's there. It's done. Hey, I'm back. So it's blended. It's done. Again, I just have a regular Cuisinart basic blender, and it is my god, it's so good. It smells so fresh. It tastes great. You don't taste the spinach. Again, you can edit if you're not ready for that amount of greens. Though again, you don't taste it. You know, feel free to change it to what works for you. You don't have to use spinach. You could use kale. Although if you use kale, I would use half the amount. Yeah, feel free to create what you want. And here I'm going to pour it because, again, I usually drink it fresh, but I don't have time. I'm busy today, so I'm having this as my dinner for later. Here you go. That's like 2 cups plus. And I'm going to have that with the seaweed salad, and there's dinner. Dinner's done.